Oh my goodness, you guys grab your popcorn because this one's wild. Picture this, the crowd roaring, cameras flashing, the electric hum of Dodger Stadium during the World Series, and then out of nowhere, that silence. That's not really silence. It's that kind of hush before something explosive happens. And oh, did it ever? Because when the big screen lit up and there they were, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the entire stadium erupted, but not with cheers. Oh no, with boos. Loud, merciless, unrelenting boos. The kind that cut straight through the noise. You could feel it vibrate through the air. And poor Harry, that face, that tight, awkward smile. You could see it, every ounce of embarrassment, every flicker of regret. It was written all over him. He tried to play it off, forcing that weird little laugh, the one that says, if I laugh, maybe this won't hurt as much. But everyone watching knew. He was mortified. He looked like he wanted the ground to swallow him whole. Meanwhile, Meghan, oh, she flipped straight into performance mode. That switch in her eyes, you could almost hear it click. Smiling, waving, sparkling for the cameras like nothing had happened. But no one was buying it anymore. Not the crowd, not the viewers, not anyone. Because, darling, this wasn't just a date night at the ballpark, not even close. This was strategy. The timing was too perfect to be coincidence. That very same day, Meghan had launched her new holiday collection, $64 candles, honey pots priced like jewelry, and her American Riviera Orchard rebrand that's been wobbling like a baby giraffe since day one. So yes, showing up courtside at the World Series wasn't about baseball. It was about buzz, about eyes on them, about making people talk. And boy, did people talk, just not in the way Meghan hoped. Because what should have been a PR win turned into a public disaster. Instead of glamorous couple living their California dream, the world saw something else. A duo so deeply unpopular that even in liberal Los Angeles, the crowd couldn't contain their disgust. The boos echoed. They weren't isolated. They rippled through that entire stadium. It was brutal, raw, and humiliating, all live on camera. And you know what made it even worse? The seats. Those glossy, prime front row seats right behind home plate, the kind of seats reserved for actual legends. Except this time, those very legends got bumped back. Yes, you heard that right. Magic Johnson, part owner of the Dodgers, and Sandy Koufax, Hall of Fame pitcher and baseball icon, were both pushed into the second row so the Sussexes could sit front and center. And that, my friends, did not go unnoticed. LA fans were furious. The entitlement, the audacity. These two, who have spent years moaning about how hard life has been, begging for privacy, just waltzed in and took the best seats in the house for the biggest game of the year. And for what? They're not sports icons. They're not even baseball fans. They were there for one thing: attention. You could literally read it on Harry's face. That stiff smile, those darting eyes, he looked trapped. He looked like a man realizing in real time that he's no longer steering the ship. He's just along for Meghan's ride. And oh, that ride looked exhausting. Before the boos even started, before the big screen humiliation, his body language screamed, I don't want to be here. He wasn't excited. He wasn't relaxed. He looked tense, like he knew something bad was coming. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. Then came the moment that's now everywhere online. The Jumbotron panned to their section. The crowd saw them and bam, a tidal wave of boos. Not a few scattered jeers, but loud, collective, stadium-shaking rejection. You can literally see the second it hits Harry, his face falls. That awkward laugh burst out again like a nervous reflex. But his eyes, they tell the truth. That pain, that shock, it was real. And Meghan, oh, she doubled down. Bigger smile, bigger wave, more sparkle, desperate to claw the moment back. But you can't perform your way out of that kind of public humiliation. You can't charm away an entire crowd's disapproval. The more she tried, the more awkward it got. Within minutes, social media exploded. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all lit up with clips of the moment. Some people laughed, some cringed. Everyone was talking, but not about Meghan's candles. No, no, no. The conversation was all about how far this couple has fallen. The memes rolled in fast. People joked that the Dodgers lost the game because Harry and Meghan brought bad luck. Some even called them a curse. They took their royal drama to the stadium, and look, the team couldn't win. One tweet read, savage. And to twist the knife deeper, even Major League Baseball's official account joined the chaos. They posted a photo calling the couple royalty in the front row, but referred to Meghan simply as Meghan Markle. No Duchess, no royal title, just her name. Fans flooded the comments. She's not royal anymore. Baseball doesn't care about British titles. The post turned into a battlefield of ridicule and reminders that in America, the crown means nothing. So now imagine this. Harry and Meghan sitting there, hearing the boos, watching the crowd's reactions, knowing cameras are rolling and millions are watching, and realizing that the stunt had backfired. Instead of promoting her $64 candles and luxury honey jars, Meghan had just become the face of public rejection. And poor Harry, he didn't even want to be there. The man looked utterly drained. Gone is the cheeky, charismatic prince who used to charm crowds effortlessly. What we saw that night was a hollow version, eyes dull, shoulders tense, laugh empty. The spark that once defined him, completely gone. Meanwhile, Meghan kept performing like nothing was wrong, as though if she smiled hard enough, she could rewrite reality. But people have caught on. Every gesture feels calculated, every move rehearsed. You can practically see the script playing out in her head, and that's what makes it so sad and so telling. This wasn't a couple out for fun. This was a marketing stunt. The Dodgers game was nothing more than a backdrop for product promotion. The timing of her American Riviera Orchard drop and their stadium appearance wasn't coincidence, it was strategy. Get on camera, get talked about, and drive traffic to the website. But instead of boosting sales, it tanked their image even further. Because when people saw those front row seats, saw the legends pushed behind them, saw Harry's miserable face and Meghan's forced enthusiasm, it painted the picture crystal clear: desperation. And when you look closer, it all connects. The expensive Montecito mansion, the endless business ventures that keep failing, the drying up deals with Netflix and Spotify, all of it adding up to a couple desperately trying to stay relevant, to stay rich, to stay talked about. Harry looked like a man who's realized he's no longer the main character in his own life. He's just a prop now, a supporting role in Meghan's ongoing performance. And as cruel as it sounds, that's exactly how the crowd saw him that night. The boos didn't just say, "We don't like you." They said, "We see through you." And trust me, that was just the beginning. Because what happened after that game, the aftermath, the candle disaster, the hypocrisy, and the friends who've gone completely silent, oh, it only gets juicier. So, after that cringe fest of a night at Dodger Stadium, things only spiraled further for the Sussexes. Because while Harry was getting booed on camera, Meghan's big American Riviera Orchard holiday launch, the one this entire stunt was meant to promote, was crashing harder than her PR team could handle. October 28th, the date Meghan had been teasing for weeks. "Save the date," she said, dropping hints like she was about to unveil something groundbreaking. Fans, well, what's left of them speculated wildly. Was it a partnership with a luxury brand? A major new series? A return to acting? Oh honey, no. The big reveal? Candles. $64 candles. And jars of honey. I wish I was kidding. And it wasn't even subtle. 2 candles, candle number 084 and candle number 519. The first, inspired by her birthday, August 4th, described as the signature scent that warms her family home. The second, inspired by her wedding day, May 19th, described as love at first light. And honestly, that's where people lost it. Because the irony was too much. Meghan selling the warmth of her family home? The same woman whose husband looks like he's one argument away from booking a one-way ticket back to the UK? The same woman who's estranged from her entire family except her mom? Please. And this has become a pattern. Super Bowl? No kids. Grand Prix? No kids. Polo matches? Still no kids. The only time we see Archie and Lilibet is when Meghan needs them for content, like in that Halloween promo, those perfectly curated shots from behind, their faces barely visible but just enough to stir attention. It's calculated to the bone. Commentators have started whispering and not kindly. They're questioning what kind of childhood those kids are getting. Hidden away, isolated, trotted out, only when it serves a narrative. Some even called it emotional neglect, because at some point, when everything becomes a PR move, the real family moments vanish. And it doesn't help that Harry, who used to shine with children, now looks completely disconnected. The man who once knelt down to play with kids at charity events, laughing, joking, lifting spirits, gone. What's left is a man with dead eyes and a strained smile. Then there's the cherry on top, Meghan's latest attempt at image rehab, her town and country interview. She tried to use it to erase the disaster tourism scandal from earlier this year when she and Harry turned wildfire relief into a photo shoot. Remember that? Showing up at evacuation centers with photographers in tow, posing while handing out supplies. The backlash was savage. People said it was exploitative, and honestly, they weren't wrong. So now, in this glossy new interview, she tried to play the saint again, chatting with young activist Avery Colbert, dropping lines like, "If our daughter turns out like you, I'll be the proudest mom." It was supposed to sound heartwarming, but it backfired too. Because people noticed she's using her daughter's name again. The same child she swore she'd protect from the media. The same privacy she lectures others about gone the moment it fits her PR goals. The hypocrisy, once again, was glaring, and fans didn't hold back. "She'll exploit anyone, even her kids," one commenter wrote. Another said, "Every good deed has a camera attached." And honestly, it's hard to argue. And here's where it gets even sadder. Remember all the celebrity friends who used to defend her? Where are they now? The silence is deafening. The actress who once took that famous Christmas photo of baby Archie? Gone. Priyanka Chopra, once one of Meghan's loudest supporters? Total radio silence. Even Chrissy Teigen, who used to gush about her, now calls her polarizing. Not misunderstood, not mistreated, polarizing. That word says it all. Hollywood has moved on. The powerful allies who once saw the Sussexes as their golden couple now see them as walking controversy. The phone calls aren't being returned. The invitations have dried up. The red carpets, not so red anymore. People in the industry whisper about how difficult Meghan is to work with, how controlling she can be, how quick she is to point fingers when things go wrong. Harry, they say, has become increasingly withdrawn, dependent, and lost. The dynamic that once seemed empowering now looks like imbalance, a man fading into the background while his wife keeps chasing headlines. And that's the real heartbreak. Because behind all the glitz and scandal and overpriced candles, what we're watching is a slow-motion collapse. A man who traded his world, his legacy, his peace for a promise that's turned into performance. That Dodgers game wasn't just one bad night. It was the symbol of everything that's gone wrong. A couple desperate to be relevant, booed by a crowd that's over it. A husband forced into the spotlight he dreads. A wife smiling through the wreckage, trying to convince herself the show's still working. They came to California to start fresh, to build an empire, to live freely. But now, it's all unraveling. The empire's cracking. The public's turned. And even in the land of fame and reinvention, you can't escape what people see when they look at you. Desperation wrapped in designer packaging. That night at Dodger Stadium wasn't just humiliation, it was foreshadowing, the fall from grace in real time. So, the question everyone's asking now, can Harry still save himself? Can he break free, reclaim who he was before the cameras, the brand deals, the staged smiles? Or will he stay in this never-ending cycle of photo ops and PR disasters until the last candle burns out? Because one thing's for sure, the world has stopped buying what Meghan's selling, and no amount of smiles, branding, or $64 candles can change that now.